Today I'm going to teach you the knot that I used to tie to all my hooks, all my swivels, and as a bonus, a line-to-line knot. This is the San Diego Jam. If you guys were wondering why I even use the San Diego Jam knot in the first place, this is the reason. The line will always break before the knot no matter what. In this rig I had a size 4.0 circle hook with a little, I don't know what size this stinger hook is, but it was a running hook with a glow bead on top, and as you can see, the line that was wrapped around the hook broke before the knot did. How insane is that? Anyway, let's get on with the tutorials. Okay, so first off, we're just going to start off with a size 1 bait holder, which is your standard size hook. Now, if you're using a smaller hook than this, don't be afraid to hook it onto like a bag or maybe even your t-shirt if you pull it out away from yourself, because the last thing you want to do is hook yourself. So how I'm going to hold this hook is just put it around one of my fingers like that so the barb cannot go into me. So for this demonstration, I'm going to be using 12-pound mono. So what you want to do is put your main line through the eye of the hook and have probably about 10 to 15 centimeters of tag line. It doesn't really matter how long it is, the longer the better to start off with. Then what you want to do is make sure your tag end goes over the top of your main line, and just put your thumb here so it creates almost like a loop, and you'll see what I mean in a minute. Now that's your tag end here. Now that is a little bit short, so all I'm going to do while holding this bit is pull that closer so this bottom loop becomes shorter. Then you want to start wrapping it around like this. One, see how it wraps around and it creates a loop where you're pinching. So you want to do that 8 times. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, you notice that this tag end has become really short. What you can do is you use your teeth while still pinching here and actually sort of tighten up those wraps. So I'm just going to quickly do that now. Okay, so my tag end's heaps longer now. So what I'm going to do is bring this back down while pinching it, and I'm actually going to put the tag through this bottom loop, like that. Then pull that up, pinch that, not let go of your right hand, but make sure you can see how it has a loop there? So you can put your tag end straight through that loop, like that. Then pinch both and pull your hook with the tag end. So see how that's sort of cinching together? Then you want to wet it, and then you can let go of that and gently pull your main line down. And then if you watch closely, all those wraps will cinch up. Then you might be wondering, oh, but there's a little loop there. What you do then is you grab some pliers, or you can use your teeth, but I don't recommend it, and just pull on that tag end, like that. Then, that is your San Diego Jam knot for your light line, and all you want to do is just chop your tag end off, and there you go. With braided line, you can still do it the same way, but there is another way that's a lot easier. So we're going to be connecting this braid to a swivel. So what I actually recommend doing is actually hooking this into like some sort of fabric or a bag or something like that, and using that as an anchor point, because holding a swivel is very difficult to do this knot. But if you can't do that, all you do is you put your braid through the swivel like that. Make sure you have the same amount of tag end. Put it over the top as we just did in the last one. Then you want to hold your swivel and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Do not do less than 8, and do not do more than 10 wraps. Then, instead of going through that bottom loop, you just want to go straight through that top loop. Now this will not slip. This was the knot that my dad taught me and the knot that I learned before I started using the San Diego Jam. So all we're going to do is pull that tag end. Now, see how the bottom loop's cinched up, but that top one didn't? this is where you have to wet your line. Okay, so I just wet the line. Then you want to pull down gently, not too hard, like very gentle, until that bottom loop almost closes. Then you pull the tag end and the main line at the same time, and then you pull your main line tight. Then you can cut your tag end like that, and there you go. Now, for any leader that's over 30 or 40 pounds, this is how you want to do it. So I've got a big shark hook here just so I can hold it, and this is 100 pound leader. So this is what this knot is actually designed for, this heavy line. So what you want to do is get quite a long tag end to begin with. The longer it is, the better. So I have probably, I don't know, 15 to 20 centimeters worth of tag end. You probably don't need that much, but it's good to have. So all you want to do is put it over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right, you only need 6. You can do 8 if you can do it, but as you can see, 6 made it the whole way down. Anyway, you want to basically pull all these wraps up back to the top. So I'm going to quickly use my teeth to do that. Then I'm actually going to wrap it around one more time and go through the back side of this loop. Because it's very hard to maneuver this line, I'm just going to use my teeth to pull that flush like that. Then straight up to the top and pull. Now, you may realize you won't be able to pull this because this line's so heavy. So what you do is you use pliers or something and just pull that tag end like that, right? Then you can hold your tag end and your main line and pull that tight and just do a big pull, bang, shut like that. Then you want to get some pliers and just give that a nice pull. And then same with your main line, keep that a nice big pull. And that is your proper San Diego jam knot, the heavy line. Now I have some 50-pound braid and a 300 kilo swivel. This is a bit overkill, but this is what I have to show you. Basically, you want to do the exact same thing as you do with the mono. Because it's such thick braid, you get to do the same thing. So start off over the top, make sure you pinch it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to do 9 because why not? I'm going to put it back through this bottom loop. Now it might be a bit tricky because it is braid, but like that, back through the bottom loop. Then back through the top loop. Then you can pull like that. Make sure you wet it. Pull that down, and then you can pull these two together like that. Pull that real tight. Now, as a bonus knot, I'm also going to teach you the line-to-line knot I use for lighter lines that are like under 40 pound. So what you want to do is start off by doing a uni knot with your mono. So this mono tag end's probably 15 to 20 centimeters. You probably don't need that much, but to learn on, you'd rather have as much as possible. So what you want to do is you want to have the same amount as braid to your mono. You want to put your braid in a straight line like this. So you can see my mono runs on the left side of the braid. Then, don't worry about the tension of the braid yet, but all you want to do is create a loop like that and pinch it in your finger. Then, it's still running left and right, as you can see. You want to straighten up this braid. You might even want to wrap it around your finger a little bit to keep tension on it like this. So all you want to do, you want to wrap it underneath. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now you can do more, but as soon as you can't do wraps that are smooth, like on this end, just stop. So all you want to do now is when you're at to this point, you want to hold that tag in so it doesn't flip down like that. And then you just want to gently pull. Now what I'm pulling is both lines on this side. I'm holding everything else still. And it might be a bit better if you do wet it. So I just wet it then with my saliva. And all I'm doing is tightening up the mono side of this knot. Now, not all the way. So you might have noticed that the braid tag end has gone short quite a bit. Now, if you tighten that down all the way, you won't be able to pull it out. So what you want to do is, I'm going to use some pliers just so I have a better grip. Just pull that out so you get your tag end back again, and make sure it's not wrapped around the leader. Like that. Then, essentially, when you've done this, pretend you have a hook on, or you're tying it onto a hook or a swivel or something like that. So this is where we're going to do the San Diego jam knot again. Now, my tag end is a bit long, so I am going to cut it like that. But all we're going to do is I'm going to wrap my finger around this to keep tension on it, and then we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now this is the difficult part. You can see how tight this is, which means there's no bottom loop. But if you sort of like pinch this out a little bit, it creates a loop. So you can either go from the front or from the back. It doesn't really matter at all. Just whatever you find is easiest, just do that. It doesn't matter. So you might want to put a little less tension on that so you do get that loop out. But all you want to do is get that braid through that bottom loop. Now you have to do this when doing the line to line knot. You cannot do the easy method and skip the bottom loop. You just can't do it. Now this bit is tricky, but as you can see, I just got it through that bottom loop. Then you go back up through your top loop like that. You pull. So I'm pulling my left hand here like that. When your San Diego jam knot is tight, what you want to do now is sort of tighten up this uni knot as tight as you can. So you might have to pull that tag end and just tighten it down. And the reason why you want to tighten that down first is so this knot doesn't slide into the uni knot. But all you want to do from here is just pull, 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 and I'm doing it quite gently at first until they touch. Then as soon as they touch, you can wrap your fingers around both lines and pull, just like that. Then you can cut your San Diego jam knot line very close to the knot, not right on it, but very close. So I'm going to do it like this, like that. Then with your uni knot tag line, I personally like cutting it I like leaving like, I don't know, a mil and a half. Now I know it's a bit blurry, but just like that, you can have a perfect line to line knot. And as you can see with the braid, the San Diego jam knot is a lot thinner than the uni knot. Now, you may be wondering, why not do a uni to uni? The only reason I don't do uni to uni is because I know that the uni knot will break before the San Diego jam. Anyway, I hope you liked the video. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe, and make sure you follow all my social media. Just search up Shoreline Angling with Jesse.